Hello, amazing star children. I have a galactic channeling for you, and then I'll comment right after. This one is on not getting into the deceptive experience. We welcome all our star family into the collective way of being. We are all one is a strong message and a way of being. We hope our galactic children of Earth feel this way. However, we know this is difficult to feel and be with those external messages that conflict with it. What you see is what you believe to be and pass. Yet, our dearest ones, this is simply not true. This is part of the false teachings that you have endured for far too long. For to be true creators, which is your birthright and for which you are, is to envision what you desire for the new earth way of being. Then experience that. For to know the way of light beings of higher dimensional and vibrational realms means doing just this. The density of earth that you experience, that you are escaping and evolving from, was to teach you to encapsulate more than what you experience. Dear ones, do you see this? To be more than only what you experience. For experience within density is, of course, biased and somewhat false. Yes, to experience whilst in a prison or place of less luminosity is, of course, not enlightened, meaning to lighten the way. You see, dear ones, shine the light means to be the higher vibrations of thoughts, feelings, and actions. You must practice this, for to be in partial darkness or of little faith or hope will bring about change, but slowly. To embrace the lighter and higher vibrational ways brings that experience to you rapidly. Do you see this, dear brothers and sisters of light? You are star children. You simply are. Accept this role, please, and be the light in all ways in your life. Suffering and darkness are but part of the lower density ways of being. There is no true death or suffering in the higher realms. Only in the dense physical realm do those exist. So, brothers and sisters, which do you choose? That is what we implore you to practice, for it does take regular practice to switch this way of being. Less for experience, more for knowing, believing, seeing, and feeling. Be that which you want, dear ones. Be the light. Just be. And they end. So what they're really getting on us about, which I understand, I have a sense of this, and many are getting distracted again. We were already distracted by this sort of fake illness thing going around the planet. Now we're distracted by the wars going on right now, and the dark polarity is creating again this shift and this fracture within our consciousness because we're getting too focused on that. And what they're trying to say to us is the external experience is not what we should be focused on. Remember, again, everything happens from the inner to the outer. So in order to see that which you want, you have to practice the inner, practice higher states of vibrational being. Does not mean you don't have compassion, but what they're saying, and you know this, you all know this, once we get past third density into the higher realms, the physical body is no longer as important, and these concepts of suffering and pain and death and all that don't exist. We're in a training ground. We're in a school of density, and we've been taught that, oh, I'll believe it when I see it. It's the opposite of that. Please retrain your brain. It's about believing first, and then it will appear into your experience, you see. So these wars and everything else are constructed to lower our vibration. Let me say this again so that this sinks in. These concepts, these things of war, which are actually going on, pain, suffering, fights, into turmoil, have been deliberately constructed by the oppositional side, let's say the dark side, to deliberately lower our vibration. Okay? So if you get into that, you're playing right into their hands. Okay? Your role, your job as a starseed, as a light being, is to be here in this density, because it's also learning, but it's also transmuting, to be here in this density Not ignore it. You can't ignore feelings about that. I have feelings about wars and everything else going on. I have tons of feelings about it. But then to retrain yourself to be the star children that you are, the only way to do that is to be in suffering and yet transmute it. Do you understand? And so it takes practice, and that's what they're saying. They're imploring upon us to practice, practice, practice. In the moment that you're seeing some external horrible news, take a deep breath. Get yourself centered. You know I teach everything is about what you think and what you feel. More feelings, but feelings that are balanced between those two. Get yourself into that 0 point. Calm down. Say this is all part of the growth. This is all part of the experience, because we'll eventually come out of this better. I know that's hard to see, but we'll come out of this better. And it takes believing first and paying less attention to the experience. And that's what the whole message is about. We're so hyper-focused on what we see outside that we're forgetting that we're the creators on the inside. We create the world. We create the 3D, 4D, 5D. We'll create this new heaven on earth, 5D. We'll create this new vibration. We don't create it by snapping our fingers. We create it by being that. Thoughts, feelings, actions. Be that. Enlighten. Put the light on the suffering. Transmute it. Okay, dear ones. I'll see you next time. Please share and like, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.